Good morning, everybody. It's early. I'm a little early to rise today, but we got breaking news nonetheless. News story live. Justin Trudeau live. Jagmeet Singh in the background. There's not going to be any early election. None whatsoever. I've known this. Statistical analysis in the history of Canada will tell you there's very, very few and far between early election calls. Politicians cement their power as best they can. Justin Trudeau belly flopped on his last election call, looking to take conservative flip-floppers and NDP flip-floppers from the mainstream. Didn't work. He's now in a coalition with NDP. They're not going to break that. And it's funny, we're going to get into it with Hamilton, central area of high NDP support. We're going to get into that. I work union. I am in the labor force. We're going to talk about Hamilton in just a minute. But we're going to go through what's what here. Conservatives preach over and over and over again. We need money. We need money. We're socialist pigs at the trough. Give us money. There's going to be an early election call. I need all of you subjects to pay me. And then Pierre Poilievre, Michelle Rempel, losers, all of them, couldn't even wipe their own ass. I can tell you for a fact, as I have many witnesses, Michelle Rempel used to call me all the time for help. And that's a cabinet position, former Privy Council member, useless, and pardon my French, everybody, as tits on a boar. You're not going to get any milk from that one. And it's sad. There was a time I thought a little highly of her. That time ended a long time ago, folks. And Conservatives, Liberals, NDP, they're all one with the Crown. Useless, narcissistic, low-life, cheating, lying, stealing degenerates. The worst of Canadian society are your politicians today. Now, let's go through what's happened here today. Justin Trudeau knows if an election was called tomorrow, Pierre Poilievre would switch places with him. Will NDP gain seats or lose seats? Well, folks, as a union guy and looking at Hamilton, I lived there for a year period. I got to know it very well. It's the scumbag shithole of Canada in labor. It's great if you're a public sector unionized worker. It's the absolute, and again, pardon my French, it's the absolute shits if you're a private sector worker. I mean, the shits. Steel industry trades. Folks, your average Hamilton dump, and I mean run-down old dump, goes right now for about $742,000. When I say dump, we're talking cockroaches, you're dealing with rats, old buildings, decrepit, falling down, high crime. And if you're not a police officer, a fireman, a nurse, you're not making any whopping dollars. A nurse, on average in Hamilton, well over $50 an hour. Do you know what the average hardworking steel worker gets in Hamilton? About $21 an hour. And the lineup of immigrants wraps far and wide. We can go through rail, go through all these mighty unions. There's nothing mighty but absolute corrupt about them, at least in that town. I've been there, I've seen it, I've lived it for myself. You live like shit there. If you're not with the government, you're not really in the Labour Party. You're in some kind of fabricated reality of labor. When you look at the rest of Canada, you want to see lowlife and degenerate, go to Hamilton, go meet Hamilton's politicians. There is nothing good there when it comes to NDP. They've divided their first and third class sector extremely, extremely well. I don't know why the people take it so deep in their rear end, but they do. They do. Not a nice place, higher crime, and you know what? Old, decrepit, rundown, and the people struggle like you would not believe in Canada. A lot of people in the GTA struggle like you've never seen anywhere else in Canada, besides another NDP stronghold or Liberal stronghold, Vancouver, Greater Vancouver. People struggle. The wealth gaps in these areas are extreme. And anyone saying otherwise, you're full of it, because the new generation can't make a go. The banks have changed interest rates, totally locking out the new generation. They pay higher than ever mortgage rates, which means they're not going to get any mortgages. You can devalue homes on average $74,000, but when you double the interest rates just a year and a half ago, it's game over for all of those wishing to, like Trudeau says, and those wishing to become the middle class. Never going to happen for any of those folks. It's a war on the next generation. It's a war powered by extreme, massive, colonial-sized immigration. Full-blown liberal NDP colonialism. They want you to get used to Hong Kong and India. That's what Canada wants to achieve. Crown colonialism to the massive extreme. They can't wait to wipe out the First Peoples. They are doing it at an incredible rate. And if you think the Conservatives have a different agenda, I think you should get your head examined. Stephen Harper was the one that started the mass immigration program. Go look at what immigration was with Jean Chrétien and look at the monster created by Stephen Harper in short order. Justin Trudeau doubled down on Stephen Harper. All his policies enacted by the Liberals. Liberal Conservative, not really any difference. It's about whose ass you kiss in the global world. Which businesses you kiss ass to. Because it certainly isn't domestic. Maybe a few large ones to secure a voting base on the pretense that you're going to do anything for the people. It's a lie. If you ever want to see extreme crazy, go to Hamilton. Your average tradesperson, highly skilled beyond a nurse. We could get into some pretty high required mathematics, 4 years of university math to get into some of the trades that can make upwards of $23 an hour, while a nurse is getting 52. That's Hamilton. Explosive public sector, unaffordable, extreme communism-style socialism at the expense of the working class. All those industries there are fleecing the people. They don't pay any big taxes, and then they fleece the labor. It's third world, India, Hong Kong, Chinese labor, call it what you will. That is the hallmark of communism and the hallmark of the Crown. They both do it. The Crown's been doing it much, much longer than communism. Communism says, well, we'll make all them crap. We'll make them all the same down here. Pure equality of the low-life degenerate working class, all of them. But in Canada, it's Crown colonial pyramid. Well, we'll put the government sector up here and we'll keep all the rest of them down here. Hamilton is an extreme version of it, devaluing skilled labor. And yet, the house prices are beyond all measure. Why are those not translated into wages for Hamilton? And they're not. It's sick. It's perverted. And sadly, folks, sadly, this institutionalization, people think it's normal. It's normal to have to buy a dump for $750,000. That's normal. A dump is worth it. And it's good that I get paid substandard wages in 2023. That's Hamilton. Anyone saying otherwise, I'm sorry you've never lived there, because I've went through it. I've looked at all the trades. Disgusting. I could make more delivering seed to farmers and assisting in farming in a subsidized farming community that really isn't farming. It's a bunch of former business owners playing farmer, and really it's not viable. It's not viable when you look at real agricultural industries all over the rest of Canada and North America. It's not viable. It's subsidized fake viability, unsustainable development. This is Canada. Liberal, conservative, NDP. You see it in BC, you see it in Ontario, and you certainly see it in Quebec. Rest of Canada, the ones being fleeced. Atlantic's been fleeced forever. Yes, the West's been fleeced forever. But you'll see that it's sustainable, the work they do, and then the wealth is generated and then taken to continue the illusion of a conservative, liberal, and NDP world of a pyramid scheme. Theft through taxation. If taxation doesn't cover it, they borrow against you and your absolute children tomorrow and those yet to come. Astronomical amounts. Justin Trudeau, folks, Jagmeet Singh are locked in to 2025. Clearly, he made that statement today. Jagmeet Singh's there. They're going to go with pharma. Free pharma for everybody. Don't worry. You don't have to work. Somebody else will do the work. We'll cheat somebody else through taxation. We'll cut somebody's wages. Don't worry. The wealthy elite will continue to thrive. The wealth disparity will grow. And all of you will be good little subjects. And if you get out of hand, the government's going to use its whack hand to teach you a lesson, because we overpay police, we overpay military, all government workers, those sworn to the crown, and they'll be happy to beat the shit out of you if you step out of line because you don't want to eat crickets, you don't want to eat and live like an animal. That's what's coming. And I think for our party, 2025, I'm glad I don't listen to propaganda. So many people, even so many on my Facebook, send me shit videos every day. Not reality. I say it over and over, and people say, oh, no, I know, you don't know. I'm sorry, a lot of you don't know. People, we need to share this out, because accepting reality is so very, very important. If we don't, we're going to get our heads cut off here coming in 2025. The sooner we get on with the business, the sooner we put away these childish fantasies or mythical ideas that somehow the crown is going to work for you once ever in its history, because it never has. Revolution and destitution. And we're not even at that destitution level. And by the time we get there, it is too late. So many people talk about revolution. I don't know if you've been to any of the major municipalities, but immigration is taking over. Immigration from third world, crown colonial, institutionalized countries continues at a rapid pace. These are citizens who are subjects in their foreign lands, who are used to being beat down a heck of a lot further than you and I have ever been yet to this date. They come from places where long time ago the agenda worked out very well in old world order. These people flee there, they come here, they don't know English as a primary language. Did you know to educate them in any real meaningful way will take 3 generations? Well, by then it's too late, folks. And people talk about, we're going to have a revolution. You're not. And those new Canadians are not going to join you. They don't even know what you're talking about. They're going to get along and go along. If you don't believe me, maybe you should go take a walk around Toronto sometime. You'll see mass masking still. And it's all new Canadians saying, yeah, Justin Trudeau told me, and my interpreter told me. It's not like what people think. People are just happy to get out of what they're from and bring a part of that here and add to the narrative by letting the politicians continue down the dark path. This isn't racism. This is truth. When we do our party, we're going to present it and the Constitution Conventions we promise in every minority language in Canada. I've already worked it all out, folks. I'm not ignorant to what Canada is. And the sooner people can get with the program and understand that this has to be done, we have to go forward because there's nothing else. There's no conservative salvation here. There isn't. I'm telling you, Pierre Poilievre, he signed on with China. He signed on with all the deals. I even have him taking money payments from the Communist Party of China. Right in Parliament. They don't even make it a secret. He don't even care. He knows he can bamboozle enough of you with his videos, his media, and you fall for it. Same with Justin Trudeau. You fall for it. NDP Jagmeet Singh, you fall for it. They're all one with each other. They're all pigs at the trough. Canadian Taxpayers Federation is a design to highlight only one side of the equation. It's just flipping the crown. Blue, red, blue, red. Oh, there's a little orange. Blue, red, blue, red. That's all they do. That's all they do. They make these civil societies that are crown sworn. They don't fill you in on the truth. They keep you ignorant of everything but the truth. Give you a little bit. Oh, yeah. Focus on this, but while you're focusing on that, we're pulling your pants down and we're hammering you right in the rear end as hard as we can. And then you're going to get mad. Oh, they're hurting me. You go to the other one, and then they're hammering you right where it counts. And I hate to be grotesque. It's out of frustration. It's that we're running out of time. And people, so many people, there's going to be an election. There's not going to be an election. Trudeau knows he's finished. Jagmeet Singh knows he's going to lose seats too. They're going to hold on till 2025. And like I said, as it stands now, it would be Pierre Poilievre winning that minority PM today and tomorrow and probably all the way to 2025 because people, especially in the GTA, Vancouver, and Montreal, are going to feel the pain. The pain of what many Westerners felt when they all lost their homes in the 80s. Went bankrupt, lost everything. For what? Working hard, paying their bills, every day of their life feeding their children, just to get screwed by a corrupted crown system. Folks, get it out there. There's no election. There's never going to be an election until the scheduled November of 2025. It would be suicide for both Jagmeet Singh and Justin Trudeau to do that. They're going to hold on to their agendas, their globalist agendas, until Pierre Poilievre gets to focus on his globalist agendas. And the longest way to get there is to wait till November of 2025, the regular scheduled election. All a lot of you are doing is paying the Conservatives what little money you have to go for fancy dinners, travel around, waste money like all the pigs at the trough. They're not doing anything for you, they're doing for them. They're grifters. They're the masterful grifters. They have all the media behind them, liberal, conservative, NDP, they do. They have people paid to rape, fleece, lie, cheat, and steal from you, and even genocide and murder you if they need to, and they do. History shows it time and time again in Canada. That's my video, folks. Share, share, share. Get it out there. There's no election until November of 2025. It's survival mode for Liberals and NDP. They have no reason to call one, and the Conservatives are only greasing all of you for money, because apparently taxpayers don't pay them enough as is. They can't expense enough. Pierre's got to go for holidays with his family. Tahiti wasn't enough. All these other countries aren't enough. He's got other holidays to go to. I mean, Trudeau too, right? That's how it works. You pay them and they screw you. I get it. No, I don't get it. I don't get people who fall for that. I don't understand how people fall for this day after day, month after month, and I keep saying, it's not going to happen, not going to happen. They get, oh yeah, no, Pierre Poilievre told me, so I emptied out my wallet. My kids are going to eat crickets this week. Wow. It does trouble me, it does. And it frustrates me. I never ask for money, I earn my own money. Everything I do through my own labor with these hands, and I build things. And people give of themselves. Selfless. When a politician's begging you for money at the gross salaries they're getting, the gross expense accounts they're getting, I don't know why Canadians would ever donate to any lying, cheating, filthy creep like that. Any of them. I would never give Trudeau $1. I would never give Pierre Poilievre $1. I certainly wouldn't give Jagmeet Singh $1. I would not give $1 to any filthy crown politician. I don't know why people do, and I don't know why people whip out the wallet. Are you nuts? Are you nuts? That's my video. Share, share, share. Get it out there. People need to know. They need to know this stuff. It's not going to get better. Doesn't matter which politician. All the promises of free stuff and pharmacare and better healthcare, more money to the provinces. More money from where? Well, we'll just borrow against the children of tomorrow. We'll raise your taxes until the point you can't eat. So then it's really not free, right? Because somebody has to suffer for all this free stuff, right? Socialism doesn't work. Doesn't matter if it's conservative, liberal, NDP. We are crown colonial. It doesn't work. Doesn't work. It's never worked in 950 years. The pigs at the trough, the top of the pyramid, eat everybody dry until you're down in the dirt, scrummaging through dirt, looking for worms. If you don't believe me, go look at your history books. Look at when people can't feed their kids and their kids are starving, cold, diseased, and dying. And it's coming. It's coming. Maybe not to those biblical dark age points, but it's coming. It's coming for all those families who are going to get thrown out on their ass from the GTA to Vancouver to Montreal. And I know, because I know the times of the 80s and all the way up through the early 90s, how hard it was in Alberta. I know. I have family history from long before the Great Depression. It was Dust Bowl, Alberta then, folks. My family's got clear records of that. We know the atrocities of the First Peoples. We lived it too, side by side. So many 5, 6 generation Albertans know exactly what I'm talking about. When you look at great-grandparents and great-great-grandparents, you know. Much longer in the Great Depression and much long after the Great Depression, Alberta was horrific. And what happened to the First Peoples out west in the former Northwest Territories and even leading past Saskatchewan, Alberta, was horrific. And that's not even so long ago. That's even post-World War II. Sick, disturbing, wrong, psychopath, narcissistic, genocidal maniacs. That's all I have to say about politicians. Always have been, always will be, because it's crown colonial. And they've got people, like I just said, Hamilton, just bent over a barrel, just hammering them from the rear end as hard as they can. And they're used to taking it. That's the sad part. They're used to taking it like it's normal. It's too many generations normalized. It's sick. It's sick. These politicians deserve a beatdown, and we're going to give it to them in the election of 2025. That's my video. Share, share, share. Not going to be any early election. Cemented today, Jagmeet Singh, Justin Trudeau. They reached a deal. Of course, it's their survival. They would be crazy to host an election today. That's my video. Bye now.